A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than...
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Can I help you?
You see a heavy steel door with "The door does not budge. The door does not budge. The door does..." The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The man ponders his cooking utensil. He looks up at you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for, "No, I don't know what's behind that door."
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months' worth of damage here. Kind of...
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
Okay, so this guy is cool. He stands there like a statue, an angry statue. Don't even try to win him over. You won't. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Oh, I definitely know you from some...
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Stupid is a gross understatement. How about 41? How does 41st sound? Never mind. I'm not going along with this. Okay. Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you...
This isn't helping.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
I'm not getting...
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
He didn't answer your question.
No. 'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually, I don't want to.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want...
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for yourself.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still, yes, just...
Again?
He might be wearing a disguise.
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay?
Jean, he said okay.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again. The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Yes, I am. I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
But you're not trying your best, are you?
Calm down.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes up.
Okay, fine. Let's talk.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mate?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe with both us.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses.
Okay.
I'm just looking out for...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
I just want to do my job, that's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
Again?
He might be wearing a disguise.
Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction. Or...
Yes? What is it? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask? The sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home. Of course I'm with him. Why do you...
And you look like you don't bathe, on principle.
Please, let's not turn this into another...
God damn it.
Can I actually...
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean...
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? I'm sure he's fucking flattered, but Kim is not part of his thought.
The lieutenant is silent.
None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely... And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down. You're not going to believe this, but... Police officers... Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little...
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling. Dished out. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of...
It's you again. What is it? It's you again. What is it? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy, there's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her. She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys, man. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never, but you know someone who might. Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Just remember, it's about more than Glazia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys?
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We didn't hit him, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him.
We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis! Stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
In a manner of speaking, we had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. We're Hardy Boys, and that's it. Nope, you're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was...
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth, he tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
Klasia came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. You keep taking it easy too, Angus. We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system...
That's all he knows. That's all she's...
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. Yeah, sure. You don't need my clues. Not yet. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Me.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go. Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left.
Still, after all this headache.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple.
We'll take that into account.
This window is pristine on the inside, smooth as following your lead. The loot
looks like it, yes.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first. Is it? Something is on. Shush. I can't hear what she's... Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Not of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter... Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company.
But she really destroyed them.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit...
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airbird, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more. Of course, this case takes precedence.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb.
Her chest rises and falls with each word.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She looks down with a wince. Her cigarette, she throws it away.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from him. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway.
Run, woman. Run past them, and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts...
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation. That I can't leave a paper trail. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know. Take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower. To keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are odd...
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold. He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her. As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate. No, communism killed him. Remember? Love made it possible. You know this much. You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere. Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go. She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me, or that it was chemically induced and not real. Easier that way. I don't know.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious... I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass, in an untarnished gold. A vague sense of disappointment fills you. The glass shimmers as if taunting you with its secrets. You get the feeling this room would tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. My imagination has a way of failing me. It's a weakness.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get...
How many times must...
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral interns.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quick...
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
It's you again. What is it?
Yes?
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay.
No.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few by...
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Portenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of... He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
According to Clausia, Lele said his real name wasn't really his. Perhaps that's because he was fostered.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged. Then the armor followed him to Semenine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
A name. This is very good.
Sometimes police work is about human dignity.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? It will take just a moment.
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Oh, spare me the sad, drunken blubbering and get on with it. What's your complaint? Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate... Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Do that. I need to go. Some idiot has glued his eyelids.
It's not fucking cryoactylate. It's super glue, Doc.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol.
There is no surprise in his voice. Only careless superior.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Even better. Anything else? Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral or, actually, it could be both, given your profile. Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the...
But speed. Sweet abstinence could have immediate positive effects on your health.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio, a metallic drawer slides out. The pull-out toolbox slides back. Shelves full of biographies of
I would say... the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly.
shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly crime fiction is a disgrace. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this word. Shelves filled to the Several maps have been the maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. Ozon. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Rivershore, a single black star, lost little pearls of light. 850 million people live on these little dots. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuth connections to other worlds. Words past the incel. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Gods. But perhaps they are gods. Gods of... ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. The face of King Freecell smiles at you. For some reason, the smile. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression. But, like the structure, only 4 issues. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contempt, you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. This section includes a long, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that. It seems to be part of, according to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling Of course not. According to the SRV, this is the SRV we're talking about. If you think those are the real numbers, precisely. For too long, drink has been a scourge to the working class. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of it takes a moment. Why it evokes as you leaf through. The main feature, though, is a long essay. This that certainly sounds like the actual. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about. You think instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000. Where to even so all of it, basically. And that precisely is what's at the end of the day. It's the destruction of these 750,000 real races. Sure, that's because you haven't been reading critical.
Ah, come on. Can this article read your mind? Well, there you have it. No reason to... If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less...
You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprised, you skim the head. Finally, this must be Gaston's handiwork. The eternal problem, thus, is that you flip back to the front of the magazine. An intricate web of... It still kind of looks like a map of the stars, gone. For you to discover. Someone who knows about history. It's just a racist mug, but it will not happen. It's the legend. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number.
Maybe yours will have how many cases, how many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermark.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly close them. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the... It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. Nothing, as before, just black branches.
What's this weirdo cop doing now?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks.
Wow, no.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around it.
He's just trying to sound clever. He has no idea what you're looking for, nor do you yourself. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant, the dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and a...
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 100. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman...
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter. Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Par exemple, why not gardening? You've already got...
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Those are
Alpha male officer.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Fair point. This next... Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Call it what you... Right. Those are your confirmed... For an... There are certain... But it seems as though you are...
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Yes, yes. My best men are tracking it down. Some kids saw some other kids running away. What's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid? Great! You want to bounce something off your old friend Mr. Clare, right? Well, let's hear it, Harry. Absolutely, Harry. What's on your mind?
Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out. The drawer...
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help? Make way for the master poet.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Oh, okay.
After all this mess, the broken seals, lying to you...
An investment? What kind of investment? Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How much is your loyalty worth? But officer, I don't have that kind of money. There's got to be a more modest investment. 10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Abort.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret.
They're perfect for concealing your... It's going to be very difficult.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer. Shine on these sunglasses.
Those UV
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. All the old... A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the water lock starts moving.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks. And if you wanted to forge that document for...
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin. It must be cold and lonely down there. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, quite.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound, though.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
That's right. Just keep at it.
He's gloating at you. Oh, it's so easy for Mist. With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill. That you hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and sudden. Okay. That's way better than what you did. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure me.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want... Well, napalm ants, for example, are used as clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
The world turns as fast as it wants.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. Does he know something about that speed racer?
A precinct, yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41, your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling. No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. There is also a fourth thing you've lost. More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything...
Probably. Try definitely.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off. That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kin.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Well, it isn't. It's you. I'm very sorry. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly. Yes, let's go take a look.
This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles all evidence it. Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsu...
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a You're a little more moralist now, buddy. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring... A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street, Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man his boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money. Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away. Right. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.